In my mind, I had deals. It was easy to get deals because I was in position. Right place, right time. I knew the right people. Easy. I know what they're signing. I know what's on the radio. The radio is easy, right? The shit that's playing in the tunnel and not on the radio, that's hard. If you're not a rapper's rapper, right? The radio, easy. I could make a radio record like this. Bro, my MPC is in the trunk right now with my laptop. So I can do it in your face. I've always been that person. But when a nigga is calling my phone all day, rapping on the phone, on the landline, why you laughing? Now, Matt, honest question. Give me one second. Why you laughing? Okay, cool. Now I thought you knew something. When a person is calling your phone rapping because you're on and they're not, a friend of yours, and I'm like, you gotta put the phone down. You pick it up, you go, hello, hello, hello. He's still going, you put the phone down. And you pick it up and you're like, my man too. And this happens days on end, and I'm like, all right, time out. I'm in, but I'm not. I don't really know how to put anybody on. But I thought about it, and I have an idea. If it works, you're in. I call Heavy D, God rest his soul,
Rest in peace,
who was a very good friend of mine. Okay?
Rest in peace.
I call his right-hand man, Damian Blyden. I call him on speaker right now. They called him D.O. You seen Heavy, you seen him. Okay? He was just Heavy's man. Okay? I said, listen, you trying to be in management. I got an artist for you, and he is nice. I'm putting the sauce on it. He's like, word. I said, yeah, where he from? East New York. But he be, in my neighborhood. Now it's my man, though. He nice. I don't really know what's nice because I'm not nice. I don't give a fuck about that. I know what's going on the radio. I'm that guy. Like, he could tell you, we in the studio, I go, that ain't it, but switch this, put that on, and they're going to eat it.
They're going to take it.
Right? Cool. Give me his number. I gave him his number. He calls him. You know the story, right? You know the story, Shiz? He calls him. He comes to Brooklyn, picks him up, takes him to Mount Vernon. The go-to at the time was the young up-and-coming producer who said he was Hev's cousin and Hev was walking him in, Pete Rock. What is Pete doing at the time? Timing is everything. He's working on Nas's first album. That's how AZ met Nas, nigga. So when this nigga's sitting here in this chair.
Me meeting Nas was a phone call with the homies. You know, homies be like, yo, I got a man from Brooklyn get busy. Oh, my man from Queens get busy, and we was on the phone. And there was a few people on the phone. And me and Nas kind of more or less was in the same zone. So we exchanged numbers. And we kind of dialogue periodically. And then he was in the studio working on Illmatic. And happily, he's like, yo, come to the studio, man. You know what I mean? After a while, because I wasn't trying to get on. You know what I mean? So when I get there, I see him, and I'm like, oh shit! I thought he was like 250 pounds. You know what I mean? The way he pop, the way he dialogue and spit the lyrics, and just being there was good. Coming to vibe with him, you know what I mean? He's same height, same weight, same everything. So we kind of connected on that note. And being in the studio, seeing how he kicked it, and I'm there. I think he was working on the last song for Illmatic. And we was in there vibing, and LES put the song on, and I was in my zone. He was like, yo, let me hear that. I'm like, fuck out of here, you wanna hear this? Because I already know, he's loved in the streets. Me, I rap, but it's not, I wasn't going for a deal at the time. And then when I spit it, everybody in the studio was like, yo, that's it. I was like, that's what? They're like, that's it. All right, that's it. So I didn't know it was gonna make the album still. Like, we did it. We speak for about a week, whatever, and he's like, yo, I turned the album, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, and Life's a Bitch is on it.
So when this nigga's sitting here in this chair, short talking you niggas, with the motherfucking made up story, bro, I don't, listen, if you're a cheerful giver, it doesn't have a string on it. I give you whatever, you don't even have to, But goddamn, nigga, don't make shit up to make yourself look like a glass of ice water with legs. I'm the coolest nigga ever. Nah, bro. My neighborhood was split by gangsters and musicians. So if you know anything about East Flatbush, I'm on 43rd and Lenox Road. Full Force is on 46th and Lenox Road. UTFO is on 49th and Lenox Road. Howie's on Schenectady and Snyder. We were a half and half neighborhood. When Full Force goes on tour, you could go on 46 as a kid in Lenox and see all the tour buses and the limos. If they got, it was like I want to be that nigga. Before that, they had flyers taped to the trees. They went to school with my older brothers.
Right.
But if you've ever done anything for me, that's my story. Right? So when you get on these shows and you like, the homies thought, nah, nigga, that's not what happened, bro. Knock it off. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
So you took AZ to Heavy D. Heavy D's man.
To Pete Rock.
Look, phone call and take nobody nowhere. I used to get up in the morning in Brooklyn, drive all the way to Hev's house every morning, and we'd be in his parents' basement. Me, him, the Young Guns, and a nigga named Brian that still works for the Yankees to this day, and we'd be doing push-ups all day, hours. The hustler, the big hustler, the big drug dealer for Mount Vernon, his name was Tootie. He died. After we do that, we're on 5th Street or wherever the fuck it was. He had a gambling spot. And we're there. Bro, like I can't tell you, I can't fabricate anything.
Right.
I haven't told my story but I'm like sitting back and I'm listening to other shit and I'm like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? So East Flatbush, he had a cousin named Tutu from my neighborhood, right? And he used to come spend summers in my neighborhood with him. That's how I know him. I call my man Puma right now on the phone. Buster knows too. Bro, the fuck are you talking about, bro? Where did you get this story from, you crab? Like, I hate shit like that. You're not tough. You ain't no street nigga. You ain't no gangster.
Whoa.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Speak on it, God. Speak on it.
Listen. You couldn't speak to me back then. You know why? Because the me making records, that wasn't me. The circle that I was in, man, you couldn't talk to. You couldn't even come around. This kid grew up on my block. Okay? I've known his family before he was alive. I've known his mother longer than he's known his mother before she passed. Bro, you can't fake my neighborhood. Bro, some ugly shit came out of this neighborhood.